Hey there, Disney fans. Steve Rhodes here with NotClub33.com, coming from our studio room here, a Savannah view at Kidani Village at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Before we dive in, folks, just want to point out this Animal Kingdom Villa review is just a quick overview of the pros and cons of the resort, and we're not taking into consideration any of the closures or anything like that. This will just be an overview of what's good and what's not so good at Animal Kingdom Villas. For a full write-up on the subject, check out NotClub33.com. We've linked an article below that will have more specific details. With that said, let's jump right into the video. First up, it's the pros of Animal Kingdom Villas. And right away, it's the view. Yeah, look at that, guys. I mean, is there anything else I need to say? Just look at it. You walk out of your room, if you've got a Savannah view and you've got Giraffe, Okapi, the Watusi cattle, just roaming freely. And even if you don't have a Savannah view room, there are Savannahs all around the property. So in the lobby and whatnot, as you walk down the corridors, you can see these animals just roaming, and it is quite spectacular. Pro number one, the view. Moving on to our second pro, it's the price, guys. For a deluxe villa, Animal Kingdom Villas can be the cheapest place you stay at. In fact, it is because of the value view category that they have. Now, it's not the nicest room, but as far as the deluxe villa properties go at Walt Disney World, well, the Animal Kingdom Villas will always be the lowest because of that value category. Now, once you upgrade into a Savannah view room, you're talking more middle of the pack for things, and it's still a good price, but just wanted to point that out, that the price is great if you're willing to do the value view category, the value studio, that is. And if you upgrade into a Savannah room, now you're going to pay a little bit more. But all in all, the price, it's great. Pro number three, storage in the room. This has some of the best storage features in all of the deluxe villa categories. You've got the big wardrobe with the extra storage space. In the bathroom, there's plenty of cabinetry underneath the sink. Even above the in the kitchenette area, there's storage for, you know, your paper towels and all your cookware and whatnot that you brought with you. You've got a full-on dresser, just plenty of storage here. A lot better than some of the other DVC rooms that you can stay in. So storage, definite pro. Another pro, wow, the food at Animal Kingdom Villas, from Jiko to Boma over to Sanaa, even the Mara, the quick service, just excellent dining options at Animal Kingdom Villas. If you go to Sanaa, I can highly recommend getting the bread service, all different flavors inspired by Africa, India. Awesome meal over at Sanaa to be had. But don't forget about Boma. It's a buffet, but it probably is the best buffet on Walt Disney World property. The food at Animal Kingdom Villas, huge plus. Moving on to the cons of Animal Kingdom Villas studio rooms. Well, one of the cons is the layout, and honestly, not my favorite layout with the sofa bed situation. I prefer the Murphy bed deals that you can get over at the Poly or Grand Floridian, Beach Club, and Boardwalk. Those setups are a lot easier to use because that Murphy bed, you just flip it up and down, and you still have room to walk. If you got to use the sofa bed, you're pretty much leaving that down for your entire stay, and it takes up a lot of room in the resort, so not my favorite layout. With that being said, layout also a negative as far as the resort itself. One of the things I said as a pro was the Savannah. Well, in order to have the Savannah, you need a lot of space, and that means you're going to have a sprawling layout for the resort itself, meaning this place is huge. You can't really walk around it very far. There's two lobbies, Jambo House and Kidani Village, and there's actually an internal bus system to get back and forth between those two properties. You don't want to walk it. It's not that close. So this layout, it's a con just because it's so big. And that brings me to another con, transportation. and having to use the internal bus system to get over to Jambo House if you're staying at Kidani. Jambo House, that side houses Jiko, Boma, and the Mara. Mara is the only quick service on Animal Kingdom Villas, so if you're staying at Kidani, you really only have one dining option, and that's Sanaa, unless you have a car or want to take that internal bus over to Jambo House. And on the other side, folks staying at Jambo House really never get to check out Sanaa unless they're willing to take that internal bus or have a car. And Sanaa's got that wonderful bread service, which I pointed out earlier. So transportation inside the resort is an issue, and transportation out of the resort is an issue. This is the only deluxe villa that has bus-only service. Every other option on property has either a monorail, a boat, or you can walk, or the Disney Skyliner is running to it. Animal Kingdom Villas, not so much. You have to take a bus to get to the parks, to get to Disney Springs, to get anywhere. So you pretty much, I'd say, I recommend bringing your own car or renting one. And that brings me into the last con, which kind of ties us all in, is the location. Animal Kingdom Villas is not close to anything. I mean, it's close to Animal Kingdom, kinda, but not even really that. You have to drive everywhere you go. You can't walk to anything, so you're kind of isolated, which makes sense. There's animals everywhere. They can't just put it in the middle of a city, so they had to leave a lot of room. But the location of this place, it's not the greatest. Let's just be honest. All right, with all of that said, in summary, would I recommend Animal Kingdom Villa's studio room, specifically Kidani Village? Well, yeah. I mean, I definitely would recommend you get the Savannah View, pay for that upgrade. The room itself isn't the greatest room layout, but if you got that Savannah View, I mean, that's just hard to top. I do recommend that you have your own transportation, because waiting on the bus, it's not something that I really recommend. I would say have a car with you if you're going to stay at Animal Kingdom Villas. I certainly would go back there. Awesome place, awesome food, great views, as we mentioned. The pros definitely outweigh the cons. Thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned for more from NotClub33.com. Cool. What do you think about the room, Belle? What do you think about your view?
I like the balcony, but the room's not much.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a smaller room than you're used to at the Poly. But you like the balcony?
Yeah.
You like the view?
Yes, the view.
The truth from a 7-year-old, folks.